Welcome to Under the Hood, a Fuel AI miniseries spotlighting the people behind the data powering AI. I'm Virginia Puccio, founder and CEO of Fuel AI. Each episode features a top bounty hunter and the impact they're making. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome to Fuel AI's Under the Hood. Today we have Hannah with us, and she is our longest standing active bounty hunter in Canada. She's currently located in British Columbia, and I'm excited to welcome her to the show today. Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Virginia.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. I'm so excited that you're here.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So I did mention you are our longest standing active bounty hunter in Canada. I looked it up before we started the show, and you registered as number 118 across
Mm,
not just Canada, but the US, all of our bounty hunters worldwide. So you've been with us a long time. We don't even use numbers like that anymore. Now they're these long random multi-digit codes. But tell me a little bit about how long you've been with Fuel AI and how you heard about Fuel AI.
hmm Well, I didn't realize I was one of the first people to come on board. That's amazing. I think it's coming up to 2 years now, and I actually learned about you guys through an aunt. I was just talking to her about ways to make extra money, and she sent me this link, and she said you should check it out, and I did, and the rest is history, I guess.
Awesome. And so you mentioned your aunt. So that's you and your sister are both bounty hunters, and we're
Mm-hmm.
speaking to both of you
Mm-hmm.
in this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
that's
fantastic.
that's great.
hmm
Okay, so if any of the listeners are wondering, same aunt.
Yes, same. Yes.
Cool. Okay, so tell me, what made you want to join? And did you have anything where you were, sort of reservations where you were thinking like, I don't know if I really want to do this?
Well, initially it was just a way to make extra money, and I guess 2 years ago I didn't have the best opinion of AI. Things have definitely changed since I've been doing this and other AI projects. So, yeah, I think I've just become more interested in the different ways that AI can help us in our lives in many ways. So, yeah, so I just wanted to give it a shot. I'm always up for trying something new, and I figured I'd try it once. If I don't like it, I'll stop. But yeah, I'm still here and I enjoy it.
Oh, that's super interesting. So you had some thoughts about AI and didn't have a like how is you mentioned your opinions different now. How has it changed? What was it like before? And I'm curious, what is it like now?
Yeah, I guess as a creative, I've seen how AI has kind of taken some of my work away and it's made some of my work more efficient and it's harder for me to find work and contracts. But I'm also realizing that I am using AI more in my life, even if I don't notice it. Like, even if I'm just buying something on Amazon, some of the retail websites where I buy clothing and whatnot, like AI is incorporated. And I realize as a consumer, I have a lot of questions, and these questions I need answered while I'm on the website before I get to the store. So I'm beginning to see the benefit of AI, and we're all busy people, and it has made various things quicker and more efficient as well. Yeah, I'm keeping an open mind about it now.
Okay, that's great. So tell me a little bit about the missions or mission that you work on. What's it like? What does it feel like to be a bounty hunter? What do a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it's really exciting getting the email. I think it's every Thursday. I often forget it's coming and then it's in my inbox. I'm like, oh, yay, this is time to apply for another mission. So I often choose the stores that are within walking distance from my apartment. If I know I'm going to be in another part of the city, then I may choose stores in that part. So then when I get the email confirmation, usually on Saturday evening, I decide which day of the week I'm going to go bounty hunting. So this week, for instance, I'm going tomorrow. Depending on the amount of stores I have to figure out like, what do I need to bring with me? Do I need to bring my power bank? Do I need to bring water with me? Things like that. Or do I need something from the store that I'm going to be bounty hunting while I'm there? So I have all these thoughts that go on in my head, and I just make sure I wear comfortable shoes. I make sure I'm dressed fairly inconspicuously because I'd rather just be able to focus on the task without staff members asking me if I need help. They always do anyway, but I know that if I'm wearing like a bright pink jacket, they might ask me more questions. So I'm just very aware about being comfortable and just being inconspicuous. So that's how I start off my bounty hunting.
Okay, that's great. I think we're going to dive into some of that a little bit more in some of these further conversation. What
Mhm,
would you say is the best part about being a bounty hunter? I know when we spoke last time, you talked about, the fact that you work from home, so you get to get out and get some exercise. And then just now you mentioned that you try to pick stores that are walking distance from your home. So that
mhm,
sounds like it's really convenient. Tell me
mhm.
a bit about what you like about being a bounty hunter and maybe dive into that a little bit more as well.
Yeah, definitely working from home. I mean, it's a good thing, but it can also be lonely and isolating. And it's so easy for me to stay at home every day. I live in the lower mainland and it rains a lot, and I don't often want to go out. But if I have a mission, I have to go out, and that's good exercise for me. And it kind of forces me to go out there and interact with people. So that's definitely one of the things I like about it. Another thing, I was thinking about it because I need to, obviously, just like everyone else, I have a list of things that I'm hoping to buy in the future. Like, I need to buy a dishwasher, for instance, like in the future. When I'm at Best Buy, I can actually ask questions about the dishwashers, and I can ask, oh, do you install? Like, what would you do with the old ones? And what sales do you have? So, I think that it's really good for me to also see what's on sale and what's out there as well. So that's another positive thing.
Yeah, that's really cool. You get like bird's eye view.
Yeah, definitely. I asked lots of questions and they've been very helpful. Like some of the things that I need for my career, I've asked these questions and they help me. For instance, I need to get a second monitor, and I was just curious about whether this PC is compatible with my MacBook, or do I need to get an Apple PC? So I've had like some good conversations with the staff, so I feel like more empowered to make decisions around like my tech purchases.
That's awesome. You're
Mhm.
becoming a little bit more of a tech guru.
Definitely. I never thought I would be, but yes.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So my next question is about if whether or not you have any tips for a successful data capture. You just mentioned in a previous response, you were talking about like dressing inconspicuously and things like that.
Mhm.
What tips do you have?
Yeah, well, definitely, power bank is carrying one is a good idea because it's amazing just how quickly the battery drains from your phone. So that's a big one. I always charge up my power bank, and also making sure that you have enough space on your phone. Like I think that we forget to delete things, and then suddenly there's no space to capture pictures. So that is something I would recommend as well. And also eat before you go out. Make sure you're not hungry, make sure you're not feeling faint, make sure you have energy. So I think those are the main ones. And also, I often do the same stores, so I kind of get an idea of the layout of the store. So that's really helpful too. Once you become familiar with stores, you can kind of plot out a pathway. Is today I'm going to start off with the laptops, but I also know the laptops are in this area. So just becoming more familiar with the store is actually a good thing. It makes you feel more confident, and I think it does help you take better pictures because you remember, oh, this place has a big light just above the laptops, and there's a glare. So yeah, just remember to stand to the side so you don't capture that glare. So you learn like lots of little things, and you also learn to see things that are different from what you saw last week or the week before. And
Mhm.
that's something that you could potentially email. I could potentially email you guys and say, oh, by the way, Best Buy here, they're actually creating a gaming center. So I've noticed that they have been moving the headphones away to make space for this, which might be why I don't capture as many headphones as I did the week before. So I think it's mostly just about feeling comfortable with your stores, that the stores that you go to, and then you do a better job at capturing pictures.
Yeah, that's great. And I think any piece of intel you like you mentioned, Best Buy is creating a gaming center. That might be really interesting information for the AI builder. Sometimes they
Mm,
love hearing that kind of thing.
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
great.
mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your educational and your work background. You mentioned that you work from home, so I know you have another job besides bounty hunting, but tell me a little bit
Mm-hmm.
about that. We've noticed that our bounty hunters come from all different educational backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
not only regions of the world, but walks of life. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So I have a few credentials. I have an undergrad in sociology and a master's in international intercultural communication and a certificate in journalism. So essentially, I have a few jobs, but my main work is journalism for local magazines and foundations here. And I also do communications for small businesses. So most of my work is from home, but every so often I do leave my home if I need to interview someone or take photos or videos. So it's a bit of a mishmash, and I think my work has changed quite a bit with AI. And I realized, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them and at least understand what's going on. So
Right.
I'm definitely open to seeing how my work can be enhanced by using AI in different forms.
Awesome. That sounds really fun. Sounds like a fun regular day job, we should say.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun. You never know what each week's gonna bring. Like last two weeks ago, a few weeks ago, I interviewed a local tango group here, and that was fun because I like tango, and I was like, oh, this is cool to learn from a tango maestro from Buenos Aires, and yeah, it's always fun.
To dance?
Not very well, but I love it. I think tango, I did take a couple of tango lessons in Argentina, but one thing that it taught me more than anything is how to walk.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
tango dancers look like they're walking on air, and I'm just very conscious of that. But I'm not the best, but I just love it. And it was really great to be able to interview this man who is like really well known in Argentina for teaching tango.
Okay, I just have a couple of last questions. You are one of our highest earning bounty hunters. How much money do you typically make as a bounty hunter, whether it's per week or per month or however you look at it?
Mm. So you know how like 3 weeks of the month the bounty is a bit smaller and then on the last week it's bigger. So this is a big week, which is nice. So I would say like in a regular week I would make about 150 US dollars maybe. And in the bigger weeks, like this week, I would make close to 300 US dollars. So
Wow.
when I did my taxes last year, I was quite surprised when I was adding up everything. It's like, wow, this is substantial. Like it adds up pretty
That's
quick.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and then last question I have for you is if somebody was thinking about becoming a bounty hunter and they wanted your advice, what do you think you would tell them?
Yeah, well, I've actually referred quite a few people, and I know one person still does it, and I know that initially he's very skeptical. I don't know if he's going to watch this, but he'll know who he is. But he was very skeptical, and he wasn't sure if he was going to get paid, and I just said, you know what, just call me and talk to me and I'll explain what's going on, and I'll show you the email I received, and I'll show you that showed that I'm actually paid for this, because I feel a lot of people are very skeptical. So I do like to share with them my experience and let them know if I think it's a good match for them, because some people don't like taking pictures, some people may not like walking, some people may not have time. So just basically just telling them the reality of what I do and just showing them proof that I actually do get paid. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. We really appreciate you, you know, letting them know that we are legit.
Yes, you are. You're very legit.
It is a question that I see out there. Questions about whether we're a legit company and people are going to get paid, and
Hmm.
are we just trying to steal identity and things like that. So thank you.
Hmm. You're very welcome.
All right, Hannah. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank
Well,
you so
thank you.
much for joining us.
And thank you so much for having me here.
All right, take care.
You too.
Thanks for watching Under the Hood. We'll be back next week with another story from the people behind the data. Fuel AI is a global marketplace connecting data collectors to AI builders for first-party AI training data. See you soon.